Hey, hello again, and welcome back to the 2 Sparks of Madness. In this episode, we're going to Tanzania. Leaving Ngala Lodge was a bit of a wrench, but it was time to move on, and it was lovely to be back on the motorcycles. Our first stop was Mzuzu, where we got our COVID tests at the Mzuzu Central Hospital. Top tip, don't fall ill in Malawi. With our COVID tests in hand, we took the super scenic ride up north. Just look at these gorgeous twisty roads and the fantastic views of Lake Malawi. I had learned my lesson from the Malawi border and decided to get an e-visa to Tanzania. Our planned route would take us to Rwanda, then back to Tanzania, and then to Uganda and to Kenya. So I decided to apply for a multi-entry visa to Tanzania. That was a big mistake. Apparently, multi-entry visa for British citizens is a big no-no. Our application was denied just a few hours before we were supposed to go to the border. It took me a whole day and a ton of phone credit to try to get hold of somebody. And then they told me, just go to the border and get yourself a visa on arrival. With just a few hours left while our COVID tests were still valid, we set off to the Songwe Kasumulu border. Leaving Malawi was, of course, fairly simple. Just a few stops and we were out. When we showed our COVID tests to the ladies from the Port Health Authority in Tanzania, they just went, no. Apparently, we did not have the all-important QR code printed on our COVID test results. So there we were, while Tanzanian officials and Malawian officials were having a bit of to and fro, with us literally stuck in the middle between the two countries. But as so often in Africa, if you find the right person, all the problems go away. And Colin managed to find that person. So we just got a rapid test and everything was okay. Phew. Then, of course, we had the privilege of paying for our visa again, single entry this time. We got our cane stamped and we were through. In this little square in Kasumulu, we bought Komisa insurance. While we were waiting for the paperwork, the insurance guy and his wife invited me to a game of Uno, and they even let me win. So here we are. Welcome to Tanzania. And welcome to Tanzanian roads. We had already heard several times that the police in Tanzania are pretty hot on the speed limits in built-up areas. And they also watch whether you go over the solid white line in the center of the road. So we were on our best behavior. Unfortunately, it seemed that we were the only ones. Lorry drivers overtake lorry drivers regardless of oncoming traffic. Buses squeeze through the smallest gap at breakneck speed. And generally, cars just go wherever there is space. As a motorcycle, you might just be squeezed to the side of the road. A lot of vehicles are also not in the best of nick, so being stuck behind some of these lorries was not great for my patience and also not for our lungs. But as they say in Tanzania, pole pole, take it slow. Just look at the beautiful scenery here in Tanzania. I don't think we've seen this many baobab trees all in one spot in all of our travels through Africa so far. We stayed at Camp Bastion near Mikumi National Park for a few days and even went on a half-day safari there. From Mikumi to Morogoro, We even rode a stretch of road that goes right through the national park. We saw lots of game, but somehow or another we managed to capture none of them on camera. At least we avoided running any of them over though, which incurs quite a fine. We had planned to avoid Dar es Salaam, the capital of Tanzania, but we had planned to go to Zanzibar, and Dar es Salaam is where the ferry goes from. So here we are in the crazy traffic of Dar es Salaam. We kind of thought we'd already seen some chaotic traffic conditions, but this here was a whole new level of crazy. Just because there are 3 lanes to drive on doesn't mean that you have a lane for slow vehicles, normal speed and overtaking lane. No. It just means that there's space for traffic to spread out on. But despite all of that, and despite the sat-nav taking us rather a complicated route, we made it to our base, Mikadi Camp, in Dar. Here we planned our trip to Zanzibar and we left our motorcycles there while we were on the island. And this is where I'm going to leave you this time, to explore the Spice Island Zanzibar with us. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.